guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me here today. I do want to discuss with you about my previous video that I posted a few weeks ago regarding the ethics of true crime content creators. In specifically, I would like to speak about Stephanie Harlowe and her podcast, Crime Weekly, it's called. If you're a true crime fan like I am, I'm sure you watch Crime Weekly, which is Stephanie Harlowe and Derek Levassier's weekly podcast regarding different cases of theirs. Well, throughout the last few months, I would say, some inconsistencies have been popping up with Stephanie regarding her gaslighting her audiences, going on the defense against those who support her, and her inability to take and handle criticism. This has become more and more of an issue as they are producing more and more videos. A lot of her audience is starting to notice. I'm just going to go ahead and go over her latest mishap, or whatever you want to call it. Crime Weekly posted a video regarding the case of Brittany Drexel, a teenager who went missing during spring break. She substantially was from the area that Stephanie Harlowe is originally from or lives in. And Stephanie went ahead and said this.
Okay, so we are talking about Brittany Drexel. And like I said at the top of the show, I've really been looking forward to covering this case. I've wanted to cover it since I've started doing true crime on YouTube, but there have been a couple reasons I haven't. It's been highly requested for years since, Brittany's disappearance has really always been considered one of these enduring mysteries that everyone wants to see solved. Everyone wants to know what happened. And additionally, just this month, a suspect was arrested and charged in relation to her disappearance. And we can finally consider this case solved. And this is one of those cases that I have Google alerts turned on for. I've been following it closely for years. Brittany Drexel was local to me. In fact, she and I attended the same high school, even though I didn't start going there until after she had gone missing. So I know people who know her. I used to live very close to her father, Chad Drexel. The mystery of what happened to Brittany Drexel, the tragedy of what happened to her, is very present in my hometown. She was one of us, and we all wanted to see her disappearance be solved.
So now you heard what she said, correct? How it affected her community, which makes sense. If somebody in your school went missing while you attended high school, I'm sure it would have a massive impact on the students that go there during that time. However, people begin to question and wonder and address this in her comment section of this video. Stephanie Harlowe is a lot older than Brittany Drexel is. Therefore, they would have never attended high school during the same time. So that makes everything she said in that few-minute clip completely kind of irrelevant in a way. But because she received so much backlash from what she said from her supporters, Stephanie then went ahead and pinned a comment on her channel basically explaining what it is she meant. And I'm going to go ahead and read that comment to you guys. Posting this and pinning it even though I shouldn't have to, because this video isn't about me. This case isn't about me, and no one is entitled to know anything about my personal life. But when a case does hit me a bit closer to home, I like to share that without sharing too much, which might lead someone to finding out more about me than I'd like. First of all, I didn't lie about anything. I did go to the same high school as Brittany Drexel. I did grow up in the same town. I just didn't want to specifically say when I went to high school because I have certain things going on in my life, which includes being harassed by a specific group of people who like to remind me that they can figure out exactly where I live and where my kids are. As many of you know, because I've told you, I don't use my real name on YouTube. And anything I can do to prevent my real name from becoming public knowledge so that I don't have to worry about someone crazy finding out who I am and where I live and getting access to my children, I will do that. So when I said I went to high school after Brittany, it was just to throw someone off who may have been trying to find out more specific information about me. And for those of you who are saying you are disappointed in that I lied in the comments, you should get your priorities straight. Oh, she's coming with the attitude, huh? Which is saying a lot, considering if it wasn't for YouTube, she'd still be working at T-Mobile selling cell phones. The facts of this case are not changed or altered by the date I went to high school. My proximity to this case is not changed by that either. The entire area was affected, and there are other things that give me a closeness to the case that I also do not want to divulge. To respect the privacy and ensure the safety of others who are close to me, the dates of my high school attendance have nothing to do with this case, besides to place me very close to this. So everything I said was true, besides to be specific about what year I went to high school. So she's saying, so everything was true besides the actual statement of being specific about what year she went to high school. Oh my God, man. Okay. I am honestly surprised that this was even brought up as much as it was. I choose to share certain things and I choose to keep others things less specific. I have the right to do that. I wish I didn't have to. I wish I could tell you everything about me, and I wish that there weren't unstable people in this world who might like to see harm come to myself or my family. But unfortunately, we don't live in the world, and as such, I have come to take certain precautions when revealing things about myself that may be identifying. Thanks so much to those of you who get it, and to those who don't, you don't need to. You just need to focus on Brittany, because that's who we're here for. Like, she's saving the world over here, Stephanie Harlowe. Honestly, this has gotten worse as she's grown her audience, and it's very strange that the larger the audience, the bigger the ego grows. This is not the first inconsistency with Stephanie Harlowe. It's not about hating her, clout chasing, trying to gain subscribers or views off of her channels, but as somebody who is devoted to true crime content, and particularly somebody who was a fan of Stephanie and who loved and enjoyed her content, small things started bothering me along the way. I decided to start voicing my opinion on that, and automatically that was met with defensiveness, backlash, and that is not how a creator should be towards people who support that creator. Like, you don't bite the hand that feeds you, right? But also, going back to a video I posted a few weeks ago, if you look on my channel, I did post an inconsistency that Stephanie Harlowe mentioned in 2 different cases about her menstruation coming on and how she never knew when it was going to happen. And then in another case, she's blaming a young mother whose child went missing because the mother had to run to the store to get tampons, and how she should have known better that her period was going to come on, and how that was suspicious, basically. Very biased and very disheartening that Stephanie Harlowe cannot just stick to the facts of a case, because that is what people are going there for. The storytelling, if you're good as a storyteller, keeping your own personal opinions and biases and experiences out of somebody else's case. Because when it really comes down to it, everyone on YouTube is trying to gain clout, subscribers, views off of the back of somebody else's story. That's just the reality. Telling people stories that aren't hers specifically to tell, correct? There's an issue with that, and I'm glad many people are starting to see it more and more, and that I'm not the only crazy person out here that is seeing all the gaslighting being done by Stephanie. And it's a real shame, because I believe she's going to lose a lot of supporters by literally blaming her own audience for the reasons that she's lying. It's kind of ridiculous, if you ask me, to say that she's being stalked. She used the poor me victim card. Yeah, I can say that I'm just not a fan of hers anymore. She's one of many on the list of content creators that I have grown not too fond of over this past year. Anyways, if you've liked this video, please like and subscribe down below, and follow me for future videos and content. Thanks. Have a great day, guys. Take care.